Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. Today, we're going to cover Magic School AI. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Marissa Lopez. I'm an instructional technology coordinator here for the district. This is my family. This picture is from when I graduated from Sul Ross last May with my master's degree in instructional technology. So it's a super happy day. And my two little fur babies there on the side. Also want to introduce my team here in technology integration. We have Isabel Espinosa. She is here with us today. We also have Sherry Marks and Josh Boyles. And our newest team member, Alexandra Behill, is not here today with us, but that is our team. You will be getting credit in Eduphoria. So if you haven't signed up, I think I've seen most of your names in there already. And we also sharing the QR code to our newsletter. So if you want to scan that QR code, Josh Boyles puts out an amazing newsletter for you to go through, and it has lots of resources, not only for teachers, but for you as well. So if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. We have our website. If you ever are looking for resources in technology, it's midlandisd.net/itech. And we have our Twitter page, which I refuse to call X. I still call it Twitter. Our handle is at Midland ISD Tech. I see, John, you agree with me, right? It's still Twitter. It's still the email. And we have a YouTube channel as well, Midland ISD Instructional Tech. And if you ever need help with anything technology related, email techhelp@midlandisd.net. And that's where you can get help for any resources technology related. All right, so this session is designed to be interactive, engaging, packed with practical skills that you can use right away. So I'm excited to share these with you. I do want to go through the AI guidelines and user awareness, and this goes with all of the new AI resources that are just coming available. The reason I really love the Magic School AI one is they do like to keep data and anything that they can protect for educational purposes. They have their COPA seal and their FERPA seal. And so what they do is they actually like to kind of filter what teachers are putting in. So at any point, if a teacher accidentally puts in student names or data, they'll actually remove that because they want to keep that data secure. So that's a really good thing that Magic School AI is on board with education and keeping everyone safe. But with that being said, refrain from using student data or district information when using AI. And a generative AI, which is what Magic School AI is basically a computer model that mimics the way the brain learns. So based on what you feed it, which are called prompts, it will give you an output of what you are requesting. And the great thing about Magic School AI is that it helps you with your prompts. So if you're not really good at asking or putting in what you need, it has a little special tool that helps you it actually even knows what you're trying to ask for. So it gives you assistance with prompting. They do have a rule in the Magic School AI world where it's 80% magic, so it's AI, and then 20% is the teacher or the user's input. So they don't want it to be, and it really can't be 100% Magic School AI because you still need to put in what you want, the teaks that you're requesting, and still needs that teacher feedback to give you the best results. Always check the accuracy of AI. AI, a few probably when it first came out, would get math problems wrong most of the time. So always check the accuracy for anything that comes out, math or any word problems or anything that you put in. You should always check the accuracy for the answers. And most AI companies, they have a source of input of information, and it only goes up to a certain year. And I've researched this from Magic School AI, uh, and I can't find any updated numbers on this, but they actually have fed all of the information into this resource for the year up to 2021, and that's as of last year. And most chat resources are like that. They has all of the information fed up into a certain year. So the last time I knew about this was up until 2021. So it may not have recent information. So if you have like a new pop star that comes out this year and you say, make a song related to this pop star, it may not know that pop star yet, but it will create stuff for Beyonce and Taylor Swift, stuff like that. The last point I wanted to mention was to give AI credit, because when you use AI, now people are getting like comfortable with, I think they used AI because they're using certain words or certain verbiage that's AI. Especially when I see someone that uses the word delve, I'm like, that's AI. So give AI credit when you're using it, because as teachers, you kind of want your students to know this cool lesson was created by artificial intelligence, and then they'll think you're really cool. Like, oh, my teacher uses AI. I thought she didn't know about that. So just it's actually a hip thing now to say you're using artificial intelligence. It's super easy to create an account. You just go to the magicschool.ai and you sign up with your MISD uh, Gmail account. And when you do create your account, you have 14 days of their like upscaled account that they give you. Once the 14 days are over, the premium features go away, but still the free version has everything that you could possibly ever need. So my goal is not to sell this to you, but stay on the free version. Every time I do a training on Magic School AI, they give me a free 30 days. So if you're ever training on it, you can ask them to give you a free 30-day trial, and they will. Once you create your account, which it would be nice if you do that on the side so that you can play with some of these tools as well, you're going to get up to 80 magic tools. Now, I've been doing this training for a while. At one point, they only had 50 magic tools. Then they had 60. I missed the 70 mark, and now they have over 80. So that's amazing. You get a chat bot. So if you've already been using Gemini or you're using ChatGPT, this educational chat bot, her name is Reina. And you still have your output histories of all the lessons that you've created with it, all the chats you've had. You have the little love heart, which is where you can see how other teachers are using Magic School AI, and you get to see all of their posts that they have and how they're using it. There's additional training. So if you want more training apart from what I'm giving you, you can click on the training and then you can learn more about it. And then sharing the magics, where you can share posts of things that you've learned and things that you're using. And then the Magic Student Intro, we are not there yet. Magic School AI is blocked for students at this moment. So these two, Launch to Students and the Magic Student Intro, will not be available yet. And then, of course, they want you to upgrade, so that little potion will be there. But we must not click there because we don't have the funds to pay every month. We can stay on the free, and it'll work just fine. So I want to start by showing you Reina, and she's just a chatbot. Like if who has never used a chatbot before, like you've never used ChatGPT or Gemini. So we're familiar with chatbots. So she's pretty much the same. The best thing about Reina, though, is that she'll actually give you educational resources. So this is a educational platform. So they are well informed with what teachers would need. So when you're chatting with other chatbots, it's probably not specifically geared toward education, but she is. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into Reina. So this is what it looks like when you log in. You have your Magic School. You have over your 80 tools, but we're going to start with Reina here. So she's basically like your instructional coach. And I know most campuses have an instructional coach on campus, but let's say you're working and they're not available at the time, you can have Reina to help you come up with educational resources. So you might just ask a certain topic, like how can I get my students interested in reading books? And so maybe you have some ideas that you want to ask Reina. And so what she'll do is she'll create a chat for you on the side right here, and just basically gives you several ideas. This is what a language model does. It takes the output or the input you gave it, and it gives you some output. So here she already came up, and I'm calling her a she, little Reina. Most chatbots I don't have a gender, but I call her a she. So here's just giving you lots of information. And then down here below, Reina pretty much gives you some additional prompts that you could ask by just clicking on them. And the actions here is you can translate what the information she gave you. You can turn anything that you ask Reina into questions. Maybe you might just want to summarize this, and you can always do this custom prompt to differentiate. So anytime you ask Reina to do something, you can add a custom prompt and say, give me like 4 different ways to do this for 4 different differentiate styles. So anytime you ask Reina something, if you add your custom prompt, then every time she gives you the output, she'll give it to you in those 4 different ways you wanted, or whatever you requested for her in this additional prompt. So they work really hard for you. So look how fast she came up with these 10 tips. So that's Raina. You can keep asking her questions. If you want to come back to a chat, just go ahead and click on that. Or if you want to start a new chat with her, there's this green plus sign that you can use. Okay. Now, so Raina is great. She's going to be your little guide, your instructional coach throughout all of the things you want. Pretty much anything you want to do in Magic School AI, all of those tools, those 80 tools, she can do as well. So you can just ask her and skip the tools. But I'm going to share with you my favorite tools. So this one is super amazing because most teachers have a TEK in mind, especially math teachers. I was a math teacher for about 15 years. And what you want is, the TEK, and your textbook only gave you about 3 days worth of assessments, and you have been making them on your own, but now you just want to make an additional one to throw out later in the year. So you can type in the TEK in this in this word problem tool that Magic School AI has. Put in the TEK. So if you want the TEK to be over division, just put in the TEKs from TEK's resource, and it'll come up with the questions. So here, and the questions can be about anything. If you want them to be football related, about the Dallas Cowboys, if you want them about, you want a custom prompt, I want you to make one all about Pokemon, anything you want, it'll do whatever you want for you. Just keep making as many as you want. The best part about it is this export to Google Forms. Once this has created your worksheet of word problems that are auto scored, you can export it to Google Forms. The Google Forms is already ready to go. The answer key is already made for you. The title is already made for you. You don't have to do anything but edit the points, because it will auto set to 1 point per question. So if you had like an 8-question Google form and the student makes an 8, well, it's because automatically it's set to 1 point. So that would probably be the one thing I would check, is the point system. So you can do 10 points each or do 12 points for one. And then of course, check the answer key. And if you're kind of like what mostly would happen is, you would send the Google Forms, and then the students would say, Miss, I got this one right, but it says I got it wrong. And then you can fix it in Google Form, and it'll fix it. And that's how you find out that you didn't check the correct answer, right? But that could happen. But anyway, Google's great in fixing that for you. And then you can send that in a Google Classroom so that it's easy for you to grade. So it came up with some really good questions. And that's probably one of my favorites. I have lots of favorites. This is my second favorite, because there's 80 tools. So I mean, there's going to be lots of favorites. My favorite artist is Taylor Swift. Who else? Any Swifties? Yay, a few. Yay. Okay, so if maybe you have some students and they don't want to answer the word problems, but they love Taylor Swift. And if you make some word problems about Taylor Swift, they're actually going to read it and think about it. And then they might tell you, Miss, the stage is bigger than that or something. But anyway, at least they're reading and they're actually thinking. You can create real world problems. Of course, and as math teachers, you're trying to think of more word problems, that's what you need. And so just create word problems that the students would be interested in. And some kids like hot Cheetos. So say, make word problems about hot Cheetos or something like that, and it will do that for you. And another thing is like YouTube. If the YouTube has pretty much a good transcript to go with it. So if it's a silent video, probably will not generate any questions for you. But if there's some verbiage in the video, it'll actually take the transcript within split seconds, read it, and create questions for you. So you just input the URL of that YouTube video, educational video, and then come up with the questions. But that's basically how that works. Every video has a transcript, it reads it, and it generates questions for you. So that's another cool one that you could use. And then this one is super cool, and it's called Create a Custom Tool. And I'm going to show you this one live. So I'm going to go back to Magic School. And I'm going to come back to my Magic Tools. And of course, there's over 80. So you could scroll, 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 and there would be so many. So a really cool thing is that you could start to star the ones that you really like. You can put a little star here. But this one will always be here, the Create a Custom Tool. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. Because out of these 80 tools, you might say, I still think one could be better, and I could make it better if it had my input. So I'm going to make, for example, a lesson plan. Okay. And I'm going to change this to 4th grade, because pretty much weekly if you're turning in lesson plans, but you need some ideas on what to add. Magic School AI can help with that. So you have a topic or standard that you're working on. So here's where I recommend going to your TEKS resource page. So I'm going to show you that page and taking one of the standards. So here I taught fourth grade is a readiness standard, and it's going to be 4.2b. So I'm going to take this standard, Control C, copy it, and then I'm going to come back. Well, let me show you this. Sometimes it's easier to show the whole screen. Okay, now I'm going to come back to Magic School AI. And I'm just going to paste that standard there. Okay, additional criteria. Here's where you can get help with the prompt. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes you ask it, the topic is going to be habitats, and you might have just typed the word habitats. And if you need help with a better prompt, you're going to click here, and it's going to give you some suggestions. Like instead of just putting the word habitat, it's going to say, you know, you should probably ask this, and if you like what it said instead, you can use it immediately. So maybe if we have time, I'll show you that one too. But here I have a pretty good standard. And what I'm going to do is click next up at the top. Here's where you can add additional customs. Like if you want your lesson plan to include something, you can have it add your own additional instructions. So maybe you're going to say, add an exit ticket. And click next. And then before you hit save, because saving it is going to actually leave this as like something that you really want as one of your tools, you're going to go ahead and click generate to see what it looks like. So here it's going to make a lesson plan for you. And it's giving you pretty much what a normal lesson plan would look like: some guided practice, some independent practice, some closing, and extension activity. So maybe you might not like all of these things. And notice it didn't even give me my exit ticket. You can edit the prompt and include what you want in this prompt. But this is a new one. It just came out recently. So you can edit any of the prompts that you were originally using to be more geared to how you like to teach and what you like to get out of that prompt. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Okay, and then usually when I'm in a training like this, I give all the users some time to select their favorite tools, because out of those 80, you're going to be geared more towards like math word problems or worksheets, or you might see something that for reading. So I do want to give you some time, probably not 8 minutes because we don't have that long, to go and open up Magic School AI, create your account, and scroll through those 80 tools. I'm going to put, instead of 8 minutes, I'll put 5, since it's a shorter session. And if you like the tool, I want you to go ahead and put a star next to it. Okay, now 5 minutes, go ahead and go to that resource. Okay, I had to shave off 1 minute because of time, so it's 4 minutes. But anybody want to share a resource that they found among those 80 tools? Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. There was one called Project Based Learning (PBL), and the last time I was in Magic School, I didn't remember seeing that, and um, I just liked it because PBL was like the thing that was like really big back at the school I used to teach at, and so I just wish I would have had this whenever I was creating projects back then. But I just thought it was really cool. You can put in like a title and description of your project, and then um, you can also copy in like your standards. So yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, Josh. Anyone else find a really cool tool they want to share?
I really like the informational text generator. You can put in whatever topic you want and then add as many, I guess, characteristics or as many additional prompts to make it the exact kind of text you want. And I like it because it's informational or argumentative or literary nonfiction. So I appreciate that it has those different genres.
And this is why this platform is great because it's geared toward education. So if you're a math teacher, you might not need all the reading tools, but you can favorite the reading ones. And then those will be at the very top so that you can reuse those. Or you can use a little search bar to help you find one. You can even ask Raina which of the tools is best for this, and then she'll give you some ideas of which tools to use within Magic School AI. Okay, one more. Anyone else find a really cool one?
I like the song generator, just because I'm not creative at all. I always wanted to be that person, but I never was. And so this is kind of cool because I think in my neck of the woods, like doing health and PE, you can make a song about anything, and I just think that's really cool.
Well, I would have you sing it for us, but we're almost out of time. But I want to hear
Like I
John.
said, I have no ability.
Okay, John, you're a bonus last one.
I was going to say I like the DOK questions because when this was a new platform, it was truly just questions. But I notice now that when you get to DOK 3 and 4, it gives prompts for student generated product, like create a timeline or something like that. So they've really kind of upped the game from just a pure question to things we could use as a summative activity or a CFA or CFU to close out a lesson.
And that's why I like doing these trainings because I'll do secondary teachers and then they say, I found this science thing and they start talking sciencey. So that's how you sounded to me, John, just now, like a foreign language. But I'm like, yes, that sounds great. But that's really cool because everybody has their little niche or subject and they know so much about it. And Magic School AI has things that they really find useful. And I just love that. I did help a teacher, which we're going to have a future training on taking, because AI is rating their writing, and so how you can actually use Magic School AI and input the rubric from STAR that rates their writing. They write their responses, and together as a class, they're going to copy the written response from the student, paste it into Magic School AI, and ask it, what would you rate this based on this rubric, and how could you get the student to write better? And so that teacher was like, that's a great idea. And so I never went back to ask her if she used it, but that was at South Elementary, so that was amazing that they want to use AI to assist with rating their students' scores and how they can improve. So that'll be a future training. So I don't know if you guys played with this, but the Translate will always be free. If you did the actions and the questions and all of this, the questions part is where you can take anything that has like multiple choice or questions and change it into a Google form. So those things will be right there next to the action. After the 14 days, these things will be gone and they'll have like a little magic wand, which tells you it's not free anymore. But at least for 14 days, you can try it. And I do not want you guys to pay for it. But back then it was $6 a month. Now it's $12.99 a month. So that's a little high. But And see, back then it had 60 tools. Now it's 80. So who knows if it's even more expensive today, but we're not going to try to pay. So, but I appreciate you guys for coming. I hope that you learned something new. So give me a thumbs up if you learned something and you enjoyed it. And awesome. And have another session coming up at 4:15. So if you want to come back or invite someone else to join. But thank y'all so much.
Thank you, coordinators, for joining.